Okay, so here's what to do with all of the pictures that you found. I'm using Isaiah Gurney's car quiz pictures here, and so I'm actually going to start from the saving of. Looks like that's the wrong one. That was my example. Let me try again. Here is a picture of this car. I'm going to save the image as, and I'm going to put the number 01 in front of it. And that's going to allow me to very quickly get each of these images and put the number of the question in front of it. I'm not going to use the full name in the actual app because it's very complicated to type in and it could have characters that are not allowed. So let me just grab the first 4 to give as an example here. Where's number 5? And save image as. Okay, so now that I've got 5 of them to start with, I'm going to go to Photoshop and I'm going to open them up. So I'm going to go to Open, Documents, MIT App Inventor Assets, and this is the folder I had set aside for the Supercar quiz. So here is the first one, and I've got a crop ratio already set up. I'm going to go ahead and clear this so that you can see that you can crop this any which way size that you may want to. Let me go ahead and hit the cancel button. This is how it is originally. So what we want is to make sure that the image size is no taller than 400. If it's smaller than 400, then you just have to make sure it's not too wide. But we'll go with a maximum height of 400. When I look at that, I realize that the width is more than double the height. And I don't want more than double. So I'm going to have to crop some of the pixels off of here. To do that, I can actually type in the size that I want this to be, 400 by 800. And if it's pointed up and down instead of sideways, that's because it's just realizing the ratio, the length to width ratio. And if you click right here, it's actually just going to switch those around. So because it can't be wider than that, I'm going to crop it off of there. Another thing we tend to do with our images, unless it's already been leveled, is go ahead and adjust the levels and make it a little nicer for our app. We can make the whites wider, usually just going up to where the white starts to go up, and the blacks can be made a little bit blacker. So there's the before and after. From what I can see, it does get rid of a little bit of the gray. Now we're going to save it. File, Save As. We're going to make sure it's a JPEG, and we're just going to type 01. That's going to be the name of each of these files. And then we have to decide the quality. So what we want is around 100 kilobytes. Let's say no larger than, which takes me down to a 6, or maybe in this case a 5, to get it at 96 kilobytes. So if I do a preview before and after, this is the 100% view. You can see there's just very little difference between those two. So this will be a nice size for our app, and the quality works well too. Let's do another one. So I'm going to go back to here and find my documents where I can see my App Inventor Supercar quiz. You can see them right next to each other. So I can right click and say Open with Photoshop. And this cropping right here doesn't need to be done, so I'm going to clear that out and just go to the Move tool. Okay, so the image size, image size, this is what most of them, you'll just need to do this. 400 pixels high. Look at it, see if leveling will help. Image adjustments, levels. Make the blacks blacker, whites whiter. It actually looks like it's a-okay. I could brighten it up a little bit and darken up those wheels before and after. File, Save As, 02, and then find where this will give me right around 100. If we say keep it all under 100, well, this one, 103, use your judgment. We've got another picture there. Just go through the rest of these real quick. If I double click, it opens in Photo Viewer, but from there you can open with, and it should give me the Photoshop option. This one, image size, a height of 400, the width is 600, that'll work great. Look at it full 100% if you look over here, And that actually looks like it's been leveled already. File, save as. Remember, this is 03. Very easy to type that in. And right around 6 or 7 is going to be the best for most of these. So here's a 7, medium quality. Go ahead and close it. Let's do 2 more. There it is. That picture looks a little blurry because it's in motion. Let's see how it's going to look in the actual app. So opening it with Photoshop, looks like if I wanted to show a little more of the car, I could, less of the other parts. So I'm going to do a little bit of cropping beforehand here, but I don't want to go less than 400. So let me see what image size, and it says it's 788 pixels. So we can actually afford to get rid of a few more. So that focuses in more on the car. And now when I do image size with a height of 400, I can see I'm still less than 800 pixels wide. So this image should work great. Image adjustments levels. You can see maybe the whites can be made a little wider. Black's a tiny bit blacker. And it just makes the colors and stuff pop a little bit more. File, save as 04. And see if I can go up to 8. Nope, let's go with a 7 at 91 kilobytes. So one more here. Right click, open with Photoshop. Let's take a look. Image size, what are we talking about? Got lots and lots of height here. There's not a lot that I would want to crop. So let's just go with image size, and make the height the 400 that we're after. And zoom back into 100%. Let's see what leveling we'll do here. Image adjustments levels. Make the whites a little wider, but notice how the orange starts to go away pretty fast. So you might darken it up. A lot of times I'll take this middle one, just go crazy, not look at the numbers, and just pick where I like it. Sometimes you land right back on 1.0 again, but other times you're in a different spot. So very little improvement to take place on this picture either. Let's go ahead and file, save as 05. And looks like we are still in the 7 medium range. So if I go back to this spreadsheet that I've got here, let me see if there's a picture that would really benefit from leveling. This is a PNG. It's A-OK to use PNGs. We'll be able to see around them. Some of these pictures could probably benefit a little more from leveling. Oh, that's the one that we have already. So not sure why that car is being used. No, twice? I don't know. It looks like a different picture. I don't know my cars that well. Anyway, that's what we need. And then back in here, if I look at the view details, you can see the ones that are going to be uploaded and the originals. Upload, original. So sometimes we saved a lot of space. This one went down to 83 from 494. So that one picture would have taken as much as all 5 of the ones that we're actually putting in there. So a good reason to go in and edit and make the pictures smaller and compressed.